AITA for trapping a stranger in my parking stop as my daughter needed to pee? This happened earlier today and I'm worried I've turned into an inconsiderate TLDR at the bottom. Written on mobile. I live behind a popular station and cars normally park on my road to commute to work or to pick up people from the station. Because of this, parking is limited, causing some people to park illegally across driveways or on double yellow lines. Before the lockdown, this one woman took to parking on our private driveway while she waited for her friend. The driveway is obviously part of my garden but directly behind the station. Each time she did it, I asked her not to, cause we need our parking space and it's our private property. She would tell me she wouldn't be long and would normally be gone after 10 minutes. I've caught her doing this 3 times and seen her on our security system 11 times. Today, I left in the car to pick up my daughter from nursery. When I returned, she was waiting for her friend in my driveway. I flashed my headlights, but she indicated that she would be a few minutes. This is where I think I messed up. My 3 years was in the car and needed to pee badly. My 7 months was crying as they wanted to be held. I pulled up across the front of my driveway and got the kids out of the car, then went into the house. As the lady realized what I was doing, she opened her car door and asked me to move my car. I ignored her and went into the house. My 3-year-old made it to the toilet just in time, and the baby calmed down after a cuddle. By now I could see the lady's friend had arrived and she honked her horn so I would move my car. I ignored her, called my husband and told him what happened. He said he was 15 minutes away and he would move the car when he got back. She came to the door knocking loudly and asking me to move my car. I told her via the kitchen window she would need to wait 15 minutes as I wasn't putting the kids back in the car to move it and she shouldn't have parked on my driveway. I was a bit of a condescending twat in the way I spoke to her, but I didn't swear and wasn't blatantly rude, but I was dick. She lost her mind and swore and hit the door. It was locked and she couldn't get in. I told her to calm the F down as she was upsetting my kids. She said she was calling the police and I said, go ahead, but with all that's going on it's a waste of their time. Plus I had a security camera that would show I asked her to move, plus the other times she parked there. My husband arrived 20 minutes later and moved the car so she could leave. TLDR. Random woman parked her car on my private driveway. I blocked her car in so I could get my kids into the house and let my 3-year-old use the toilet. She had to wait 20 minutes before the car was moved. AITA for not moving the car as soon as her friend arrived? NTA. You asked her multiple times not to, and she continued to act like she was entitled to use your space. The part where you were driving home and she said she just needed a few more minutes made me mad. It's your house and your driveway. Like WTF. I think you handled this perfectly, TBH. Also, if she does come back to harass you again, definitely call the cops. NTA and block her every time. She knows it is private property. She has been warned. She now has to deal with the consequences if she continues. Let her call the police so they can tell her she is wrong. NTA. You're a legend. Good for you. That'll teach her. Selfish woman. You don't park on people's driveways without their permission. NTA. You've asked politely multiple times that she not park there. Her response was totally disproportionate. She is not respecting your property or time, but expecting you to respect hers. You had a kid that needed the bathroom. You did what you had to. Editing to add that I would definitely make a police report. First, so that if it happens again and she does call, there is a record of you trying to resolve it. But also so that you can start asking about getting some parking enforcement in your neighborhood. NTA. You were more than patient. I would have had her towed the second time she tried this. NTA. I will almost always decide that it is better to work around rude and difficult people than to get in a confrontation with them, but this woman's behavior is absolutely ridiculous. In fact, she is so far out of line that I wish you had called the police to resolve it and/or made her wait at least 1 hour before you moved the car. Making her wait even longer may have escalated things to the point that they were unsafe for your kids, so I guess that would be a poor choice, but it is still tempting. Lol, NTA whatsoever. But that lady is a huge gaping a-hole. Imagine parking in someone's private driveway, being asked to move multiple times and then getting pissed at the person to whom the driveway actually belongs blocks you in. I wish she called the cops so they could laugh in her asshole face. NTA. This is what you get for parking in someone else's drive, even when asked nicely not to. Just a side point though, it sounds like you're in the UK. Laws concerning driveways here are shocking, unfortunately. If the police had arrived, you would have unfortunately been in the wrong legally. Astoundingly, it's not illegal to park in someone's driveway, but by blocking her in, you're blocking access to a public highway, which is against the law. Maybe consider putting in a droppable parking column. Hope she's got the point either way now, though. NTA. I would have called the cops on her, telling them of your verbal efforts to get her to stop, and showing them the security footage. NTA. She knew it was a private driveway. You asked her several times to stop doing it, and she ignored you anyway. You had your kids with you, and you didn't have to cater to her needs. Hopefully she learned her lesson and won't park there again. NTA at all. You're too nice if anything. NTA. She chose to park there and ignored your signaling. You did the right thing by not going back out, especially when you had children with you. If you have proof she was banging on your door, see if you can get her done for harassment. NTA. You were still too nice to her. If I was your husband when I arrived, I would have walked in the house, had dinner, and then thought about moving. NTA. She probably never had any intention of not using your driveway as her personal parking spot. Your children needed you at the time, and all you were trying to do was get inside your own house. The nerve of that woman to even yell at you and bang on your door. I wish one of you had called the cops. If anything, you have been more than patient this whole time. I would keep the recordings and document her car info in case anything else happens. NTA! Exclamation mark. And I bet that's the last time Ta parks in your driveway. Go mom! Star. NTA! The temerity of the woman to stay in your driveway after you drove up is unreal. Even without the previous history, that alone is unconscionable. NTA, and please update us if she parks in your driveway again. NTA, you had already politely asked her several times not to park in your driveway. You did not curse or yell at her. Play stupid games with other people's properties and you'll win stupid prizes. NTA, but you should have had her towed. Next time block her in and call the towing company. NTA, she acts like she's entitled to use your driveway. You did just fine.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.